Hey, what's going on, guys? So we are now going to be cracking on with our first mini exercise of the transitions section, and the way I want to show and demonstrate these basic transitions and overall have you guys walk through this is by you guys going over to the resources section and downloading this clip right here. This is a sequence where I am walking, it then cuts to a closer up of my face walking, then another kind of more establishing shot where I'm looking around, then back to my face, and then it cuts back to an establishing shot of me walking. Now, obviously, this is one sequence. It's all just cut up. I want to explore quickly what it would look like for us to go through here and find where these scenes switch or where the shots switch. Go ahead and add a cut in between there with the razor tool, and then put transitions between all of these clips to actually make a transition based sequence. So let's just go ahead and crack on. So I want you guys to start by downloading this clip from resources, as I just mentioned. Go ahead and get it into Premiere Pro in a brand new sequence just like this and start giving it a play. And what I want you guys to do is find the point, the exact frame between where this first scene switches over to the close-up of me. So you can actually go between frame by going up to this guy and just stepping a couple back, or you could use the arrow keys on your keyboard by simply going to the right or the left. So it looks like right here is the frame that is the first frame of our new shot. So I would want to cut it right here, and I'd press C obviously to get my razor tool. Go ahead and put a cut right there, so we have organized that right there is now the next scene. Then I would just keep playing it until we find that next cut. So it's right there, and I would just go back until we find the first frame of our new shot. Again, cut that there, and then give that a continuous play until we get back to right here where we are back onto this, and then simply go across and section this off. And what we're doing is just creating these so these aren't all part of the same sequence. They are, yes, actually still part of the same sequence. However, they are individual clips and individual sections. So you see I'm just going frame by frame to section these off, and now we have 5 clips that we can actually add transitions not only to the beginning, but I'm going to show you guys how to add transitions to the middle of these guys as well, which is pretty much the exact same procedure as adding those transitions to the beginning. So now that we've actually created this nice section here, which is 5 individual clips, even though they are all taken from the exact same sequence, we can actually go over here to effects, and obviously we've just been looking at them, so our effects will pop up here. And what I want you guys to do is actually use the dissolves for this one. Now, by all means, go ahead and use the other ones if you want. I personally just got my 2 cents about those ones out for you guys, where I would not really encourage you to use those that much unless it's one of these slides or the wipes, simply because they do look quite cheesy and kind of corny to them. And the reason I say this is because professional video editors looking in on people using these kind of more basic transitions, it's definitely going to make you come across as amateur. But by all means, these crosses and these dissolves, I personally love and use these anyways, even though they're just default transitions. But I'm telling you, when it comes to these page turns, for example, let's throw a page turn in the middle of those 2 clips right there, and let's just give this a play. It is no doubt looking pretty cheesy and definitely going to be kind of coming off as quite amateur if you're overusing this stuff. But let's go ahead and just explore what it would look like to put a cross dissolve and some dip to whites in between all of these guys here. So let's go ahead and just add a cross dissolve to this here. So it's going to be cross dissolving in. And now on this next one here, I just want to go ahead and throw a dip to white there. And let's give this a play. So it's going to fade in, then it's going to dip to white, and it's going to come out on my face looking around. And then we could actually have, what should we have here? Should we have an additional dissolve? This is just going to be exploring a different type of dissolve. It looks like that's dissolving with quite a glow to it right there. So it hits a glow point and actually comes down. That's actually looking really nice. In fact, we can move on and just add another dip to white between these guys here, because I think this is where it's going to transition back to my face. Yep, it is. So that's looking pretty cool. And then we could actually finish it off here with another one of those additional dissolves. In fact, pop that additional dissolve there, so it's a nice little glow. And then at the end, I'm just going to have it end with another cross dissolve. So that's what I want you guys to do. Go ahead and throw some transitions in between all of this. And now I'm actually just going to go ahead and do that same render in and out. Just go ahead and give a render to this real quick. And here we go. We can have a quick overview of what our quick mini exercise is looking like. Overall, it's looking pretty cool. We have a nice additional dissolve there, and now a dip to white here, another additional dissolve here, and a cross dissolve out. So that is looking like a nice little sequence, and that is all I want you guys to do. Very, very simple, is add transitions between all of those sequences so you can get comfortable and get used to using these default transitions. And as you see, this was a pretty boring, pretty stale sequence, and now we've actually just gone through and just had a mess around with the default video transitions to explore and create this amplified, leveled up sequence, to say the very, very least. So thank you guys for paying attention and walking through the basic video transitions. And without further ado, we're going to be cracking on with a little bit more advanced, next level custom transitions. How we can not only create these using these audio, these default transitions here, but also start exploring what it would look like to build transitions from complete scratch. So I'll see you guys in the next lecture.